What if I told you that staying in a job that you absolutely can't stand, absolutely feel like it's just despicable and disgusting, and you absolutely hate the job, you hate the career you're feeling stuck in? What if I told you it's costing you so much more, way more than just your happiness alone, right? There is a hidden price you're paying right now. There is a hidden price you're paying right now. I want you to simmer on that for a minute. Okay. Staying in a toxic job isn't just bad for your mood, right? It is bad for your health. It is not allowing you to heal internally so that you can expedite your external success. It is costing you opportunities. It is costing you money. It is wasting your time. It is depleting your energy. Let's talk about it. And here's what I really need you to know. When you stay at a job that you cannot stand, that you absolutely hate, that you loathe going to, that you dread, that is like slowly but surely killing you, right? It is a slow death. You are surviving barely. You are alive on the outside, but inside, you're slowly dying. What way is that to live when you are going through a demise inside, internally, within? That's no way to live. When you have a job that you can't stand going to or staying at, or being in this corporate arena altogether, being in the workforce, working for somebody else for the rest of your life, when you're not happy, when you're feeling miserable, it is all consuming, right? It takes a toll on your mental health, on your overall well being. But for a moment, let's just stay here. I want to focus on your mental health, your mental well being, right? In this moment of time, when you are going to a job, you are already mentally checked out if you're really not wanting to be there. It starts up here before it even sifts down or lingers into, or you experience residual effects that are, that's physical. Before it becomes physical, it's mental. So it is taxing because it is wearing on you mentally. You get up in the morning dreading to go to work. In fact, that started the day before. In fact, if we're really going to tell the truth, on Monday, you already were wishing it was Friday. Then every single day that you had to get up and go to work, it's like, you know, something horrible is going to happen, right? The dread that just weighs on you so heavily exists every day. It may even have you in tears. And then every day in, every day out, you're punching the clock. If you have to drive to work, then there's the commute, the traffic, the road rage, because there's other people on the road with you who don't want to be at their jobs either because they hate their jobs too. Everybody's in a bad mood, right? Because they got to go to a job they can't stand. Then you get there, and even if you're not punching a clock because you're a salaried or exempt employee, you still have to present yourself. You still have to be present in a place that you don't want to be at, right? You may have difficult subordinates. You may have micromanaging bosses. You may be a mid-level manager where you're sandwiched in between your employees and then the upper management, right? The upper leadership. You've got them waving the iron fist and, like wanting you to crack the whip. but then you care for your employees and you know that you have to be a certain type of leader in order for you to get buy-in for those employees so you can retain those valuable employees that you want to stay, but you want to also weed out the bad seeds, right? Get rid of those bad apples. So you're sandwiched in between that, and that is maddening sometimes. You got to hire and fire people. You've got to answer to the big boss, to the powers that be. And then you've got your own workload you've got to deal with while you're putting out fires all day and helping other people with their workloads. And you're dealing with, if you're in the healthcare industry like I am or was, you're dealing with the doctors and you're dealing with the vendors and you're dealing with the pharmaceutical reps and you're dealing with the administrators, administration, right? Staff, the leadership, right? You're dealing with so many people. If you're a nurse, you're dealing with the patients at the bedside or wherever it is you work, at the doctor's office or what have you, in home health, whatever it is. It is a burnout. And even if you're not commuting, right, you still might be in an environment that is toxic, that is harmful to your health. You've got people gossiping, you've got people who bully, because as they say, hurt people, right? You may be a victim of bullying. You may have survived bullying. You may just be kind of, you don't want to be there, but you can't stop thinking about how you need to maintain your livelihood. So you find all the reasons to stay, even though everything in your soul, everything in your mind, everything in your heart is saying, run, girl, run. You've got to go. We've got to leave this job. You've got Sunday dread. When the weekends get here, they're short lived. You're on a high for a quick moment and then you're back, right? Even if you don't have somebody literally or physically looking over your shoulder in a work environment on site because you're not physically there, sometimes they make it worse when you're virtual, right? They will burn you and stress you the hell out virtually, because they are virtually looking over your shoulders. They get to peek in at your workflow. They get to, just pop onto your screen and see what you're doing. You have metrics that need to be accounted for. How long have you been gone? How long did you take this call? You've got that auto in feature, I believe it's called, where the call just comes in automatically. You don't even have control over which call you take if you're in like a Q center or call center environment. The rigidity of the rules, right? The scheduling that you have to adhere to. You can't even make the time that you want to go to lunch, or you have to ask for permission when you need to take off. PTO that you well deserve, just a mental moment. You've got to account for all of these things. Where were you? How long did you take? Why did you take so long on this call? Did you help that customer? Why did the conversation go that way? What could you have done better? What's working well? What's not working well? Like all of these crazy questions, and like just maddening, right? That's maddening to the mental. And so it is really taking a toll on you mentally first. And then, as if that wasn't enough, then it trickles down to your physical well being. Now you're feeling tired and sluggish. You've got migraine headaches all the time that you can't get rid of, or just really bad headaches, right? You might have some other major issues that can be caused by stress, maybe alopecia, excuse me, thinning of the hair, losing your hair. That you can't figure out like what's going on, but when you realize and you connect the dots, you realize it's the stress from your job that's making you lose hair. You're losing weight. Maybe you're gaining weight because you're an emotional eater. So every time you get stressed, or every time you get sad, or every time you're feeling some kind of emotion about your job, something connected to your job, you're eating, you're overeating, you're binge eating. Now you're gaining weight. Now you're obese, right? And now you've got other issues like diabetes, like hypertension or high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, right? If you're in a sedentary position, you've got musculoskeletal issues. If you're stressed, you've got a lot of tension up here in the neck area and the shoulders and the upper back and the low back. Carpal tunnel, because you're on the computer all day. Maybe something's going on with your vision, also contributing to the headaches because you're sitting at a computer all day. Stressed, mental, mental burnout, right? So that's the first thing. It's also costing you financially. There are missed opportunities, darling. Missed opportunities. Instead of building somebody else's dream while neglecting your own, putting your dreams, your goals, your aspirations on the back burner because you're working for somebody else's who, at any given moment of time, when they feel good and ready, for whatever reason, because most of us live in an at will state. And at will means that they can fire you, terminate you, discharge you, kick you to the curb, give you the boot and all the things, give you your walking papers, hand you the pink slip. At any time they get good and ready because it is a business decision that they have to make. Or maybe they don't like you, or maybe you don't fit into the culture of their organization. Maybe they see you as a problem child. Whatever the reason, a problematic employee, doesn't matter. They don't have to tell you that. Maybe they don't like that you wear your hair up in a bun. Maybe they don't like that you wear, that you look nice, that your makeup is flawless, right? They don't like the way you come in and everybody compliments you. They don't like your upbeat, bubbly personality. They don't like the fact that you get the job done, that you got that can-do spirit, and everything that they ask for in other duties as assigned, you get it done. And they feel intimidated by that for some reason. What are you trying to take my job? You're trying to show off? You're trying to show me off? You know what I mean? Like, what is this about? It doesn't matter the reason why. Their why doesn't matter. It doesn't have to match your reasoning. When they're ready to let you go, they will. And meanwhile, you're working like a slave at this job. You are at the corporate plantation, slaving away, sweat equity, practically blood, sweat, and tears, giving this job your all, going above and beyond, doing great work, never have had a substandard review. The moment you're not a part of doing something that they think you should be a part of, that may be the most meaningless, senseless thing that they want you to be a part of, like a potluck that you don't want to be a part of because you don't trust the hands and the health hygiene and the hand hygiene of the people who cook the food. You don't want to get sick, right? From Linda, who cooks with her cat in the kitchen, with Betty, who tastes the food with the spoon that she's stirring the mixture up with or whatever, because she's baking a nice cake that she's famous for, right? Because you didn't speak up enough at a meeting and contribute what they thought you should have contributed. For any given reason, they could let you go. Meanwhile, you're putting your stuff on the back burner. You're putting yourself on the back burner, and you need to not miss any more of those opportunities that present themselves, that you are seeking, that you are finding, that is actually showing up for you, falling right into your lap, and you turn it down because you're staying at this job who could care less about you, and because you're afraid to leave, because you're concerned about the wrong things, not focused on the right things. Financial, right? You can be building something meaningful. You can be doing something that really is near and dear to your heart, something you're really passionate about, something you've always wanted to do. Listen, we only get one chance at this lifetime. One chance, one life. And we don't know when we're going to exit from here. All we can focus on is the here and now, in the present moment, in this moment of time. What is it that you'd really want to be doing? What is it that you'd rather be doing? Because I know, like you know, it ain't this. It ain't this job. It ain't working for somebody else for the rest of your life. It ain't slaving away It ain't wasting your time. It's not working in these toxic environments, or even if it's not toxic or hostile, it's no longer serving you. You've outgrown the corporate building. All you do with that big corner office and those beautiful windows in that high rise building is look out of that window at that view and think about what your life could really be if you only had the courage to leave. You sit there and daydream as often as you can. In between meetings, you tuned out in the meetings unless you're facilitating it, right? And trainings that you don't want to be a part of, you're not even fully vested in the company anymore. You don't even want to be there. You're deferring your dreams and what God has in store for you by doing that. And there's an opportunity cost as well, right? It is an opportunity cost because the time that you are spending and the energy that you are expending being unhappy, being in an unhappy, miserable, sad position, in a sad place, is an opportunity missed. You could be instead investing your time, your energy, your efforts, your money in something that's going to give you a return on your investment in all of those things. Again, working on the thing that you are really passionate about. Why not pursue that? Why stay somewhere you are miserable at? Why stay in a job you hate? Why stay in a job that the employer could care less about you? The employees don't give two hoots about you. I'll just say that we're going to keep this rated PG, okay? So you are doing yourself a disservice. You really are. And I am here to tell you, as I will always tell you, nothing but the truth. Okay? You have what it takes right now. Everything you need. Everything. Everything. Hear me. That you need to succeed is within you. You are equipped with it. You came with it. God gave it to you. You are blessed with it. And corporate has taught you well because now everything you've learned in the corporate environment has given you skills that you can transfer on to the thing you really would rather be doing. So why not pursue your happiness? Why not prioritize your health and your healing and your happiness? Why would you sacrifice your soul and sanity or compromise your health and happiness in the name of a job? A job that's just keeping you just over broke. And even if you're making great money, it doesn't matter if you're not happy. Even if you got great benefits, it doesn't matter if you've got to ask for permission to go use the benefits. And if you've got to use the benefits so often to go get your medical, dental, or not dental, but your medical issues resolved because you keep going through heartaches and headaches and stress and burnout. Like, what's the point of that? You want to go because you want, you're taking care of your health preventatively, right? You want to prevent these things. You don't want to have to go to the eye doctor because, aside from just your regular checkup, right? You don't want to, you want to go because you want to be regularly checked up on with making sure your vision is good and your eyesight and all of that to prevent a problem from happening, not waiting to go after a problem already happens because you can't understand why you keep having these headaches. why you're seeing double vision all of a sudden, why your eyesight seems blurry, right? Why there have been some significant changes in your eyesight. We don't want that. So don't do yourself a disservice just going through your corporate America life, staying in this career because you feel safe and secure, or because you think you have to because you have no choice. Stop convincing yourself of that lie because it is a lie. And we've got to speak the truth to that, right? Speak truth to power and power to truth. And we know, you know, I know that ain't where you belong, sis. That is not where you belong. So I want you to really consider how you can show up for yourself in a way that you know you're deserving, in a way you know nobody else will or is, especially that job. What is it that you need to do right now? Right now. Okay? Actually, yesterday would have been a better day. But since we're here, if you haven't done anything yet, if you started, stopped, let's stop that stop the stop cycle and do what we know we got to do to get out of this predicament. Because you deserve better than this. So don't settle for mediocrity. Don't let people, convince you that this is where you should be, because they are. And if they can deal with it, why can't you? Because you know the truth of what's going on up here, here, and here. And when you lay your head down at night, before you can go sound and silently asleep and rest well, right? In the middle of the night when you are woken up because your thoughts are running rampant, it's time to go. We've got to find a way out. And if you need help with that, I'm here to help you. I certainly have a lot of videos that you can watch here, resources to help you. If you look down in my description, we can get on a call together. We can map this out, get you on a, great path to freedom with the roadmap, with the blueprint, devise an exit strategy. And so we can execute on that and get you out of there. There's just no need for you to stay. Okay? So stop doing yourself a disservice and be kind to yourself. Be honest with yourself and do what you know feels good and right for you. And so I hope that you really can feel my heart and know that I know where you are right now. I have been there more times than I care to admit. But it is so freeing, so liberating to leave a job that you cannot stand being at. So do that for yourself. Give yourself that gift. Okay? Now, I'm going to tune out while you tune in. Be sure to watch the next video that YouTube recommends. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.